guys? Hi, it's Shining Polaris. Again, another late video. What can I say? My days off have completely changed. I no longer have Wednesday and Thursday off. So if I plan to do a video, it's either I struggle, do it Thursday morning, or I do it Friday. But anywho, still want to just talk about this past episode of AEW Dynamite. It was extremely jam-packed. It may have been so packed, it was kind of all over the place. But I think, if I'm correct, it had the most views they ever had. And it was almost 1 million. It was 995,000 views. So that's great. And this is, I think their highest episode ever was their first one in October of last year. And that was unopposed to NXT. So this is against NXT, and they still almost made 1 million. So that's really good. I watched the episode a little bit yesterday and today. I mean, oh my god, that's how all over the place I am. So I'm gonna go through all my thoughts on what happened, and there was a lot. So first, right off the bat, it was Young Bucks versus TH2. They had like a kind of a little feud going on because TH2, they feel like, they don't get the just desserts, and they just really want to have a chance at getting the title. So Young Bucks said if they beat them at this, just a regular match this time, if they beat them, they can, the next match they will will be for the championship. Well, I love TH2, and just a side note, I love their fashion, especially Jack Evans. There's a reason, because we're both Machine 56 fans. That's another story. But, usually with these matches, I kind of thought maybe TH2 could have a win, because there's always like when they have that stipulation, that means that the other team will win so they can go after the championship. Well, that didn't happen. TH2 lost, though they did look very good in the match. And Helico, he has that amazing submission style, which you don't see very often. So anytime, and Jack Evans, of course, a very high flying style as well. Every time TH2 is on TV, no matter if they win or lose, they always look great. Afterwards, after Young Bucks beat them, the Acclaimed came after. Acclaimed is a really brand new team, tag team in AEW. They went and tried to attack Young Bucks, and then SCU came out to save them. So I guess, their SCU and Acclaimed will have their match next week. I guess they're going to be a little bit feud going on there. Just going to say, and I've said this on Twitter a couple times, unpopular opinion, I guess. I don't know, I don't really like the Acclaimed too much right now. They're kind of kind of annoying to me. I think they should stay on Dark a little bit more until they're ready to be a Dynamite, because there's a lot of people that need to be showcased on Dynamite still. But regardless, we'll get that going. So at the end, Young Bucks won. Acclaimed SCU are, I guess, feuding soon. Okay, next one up is their really big segment, which they were hyping it up. This was Tony Schiavone talks to Sting. So you had Tony Schiavone, Cody, and Arn Anderson already in the ring, and then you have Darby Allin sitting on the top. Sting comes out, and they started just like talking, whatever. Okay, I didn't mind this segment at all. I read the comments, and some of the people did not like it, for the fact is that when Sting came out last week, he was kind of like this very quiet, spooky figure, and he's looking at, the Nightmare family in their eyes and everything, trying to just be all spooky and mysterious. But this segment, when he came out, he was just very happy to be at AEW, and he was like talking to Tony and saying like, Tony, say my name again, So, and he was just very genuinely happy and excited, and people didn't like that because it kind of took away from that spookiness thing I guess he was trying to do. I didn't mind it. It just showed he was really happy to be there, so that was fine. Other people also thought maybe this was kind of Cody just set this up so he can just have a little face off with Sting. Anywho, so basically that's what happened. Cody and Sting were face to face, and Cody was saying that's his favorite, Sting is his favorite wrestler and he wants to face him one day. But Sting was like, no, I'm not here for you, Cody. I'm here for someone else. Something about this place looked very familiar, and he's looking at Darby Allin sitting up there. So we're going to obviously build that either feud or relationship. I think it's going to be a relationship. So a teaming up there. So that's great. Next up is Darby Allin's little segment thing. You know, he does these, I don't know, I guess I would say like artsy music video type segments. It's all black and white. And he's just looking at those like weird watercolor pictures. I don't know what they're called, you know, to see if you're like crazy or not. I don't know what they're called. I apologize. But yeah, so all the pictures he was shown were all look like people from Team Taz, and you know, he just says, I like the little titles he gave to everybody. You know, like he called Brian Cage the puppet. He called Will Hobbs Snake in the Grass. I forgot what he called Ricky, but it was just funny. I like that. Then when he showed the picture of Sting, he was like, he just said, I'm not talking about that, and then he kind of walked off. So that was his segment. Then you had a Taz promo, which I really enjoyed. I mean, I just love Team Taz. It was basically Taz with his whole stable behind him, and it was like a perfect, as I call it, like wallpaper music video shot. So you had everybody there, including Taz's son Hook, who I guess is now part of Team Taz too. And they were just basically saying like, everyone's talking about Sting, but how come no one is talking about, you know, the Nightmare family got their butts beat, you know, by Team FTW. So and then they also were saying that now Hook is training with Team Taz instead of training with Cody. I guess there you go. It was just a fun little segment. Then we had FTR first match back since they lost, and they were against the brand new team of Varsity Blondes, which is Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr. I am a big Brian Pillman Jr. fan, so I enjoyed this. Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr., I like them both. Another team that probably should stay on Dark a little bit more before getting into Dynamite. But I understand this match because you obviously want FTR to come back with like a big win and just look dominant. So they're gonna, you know, showcasing the younger team and making the big team like FTR look good. So your basic match. FTR obviously won against Varsity Blondes because this is their first Varsity Blondes. This is their first match under that name and on Dynamite. So they're obviously not gonna win it right away. But you know, I'm biased, so I like Varsity Blondes anyway. So they look good. FTR, weenies for life. They won. Then afterwards, they got out of the ring and started jaw jacking at Jurassic Express, and then they walked off. Let me just say about FTR. I like them only because they're very good at responding to my tweets online. But they always, to me, they're just very boring, and they kind of awkwardish. Like, out of nowhere, first of all, a lot of their promos are not very good, in my opinion. And then just randomly attacking Jurassic Express and then randomly calling them out in their promo later. It just didn't make too much sense. But again, you got to put FTR back into the spotlight some way. I guess this is the way to do it. I'm not really sure how. Just side note, I don't know how the tag team division is gonna go now, because is it just gonna be Young Bucks versus FTR for the titles forever, even though you have 20 of the best tag teams here? I don't know. Side note, I heard it may be Young Bucks versus Good Brothers from Impact. I'm excited for. But again, how about the rest of the tag teams? And they're also good. So are they ever going to get their shot, or are they just going to lose forever until FTR gets the title back again? I don't know. Side note. Next thing. The Adam Page mini segment. I am all about Dark Order trying to recruit Hangman. This is just hilarious to me. So Matt Hardy is want to challenge Adam Page, but he doesn't have a tag team partner. So you had Alec Marvez interviewing him, saying, who are you gonna have as your tag team partner? And he's like at the bar or whatever, and all of a sudden you see the Dark Order's Alex Reynolds and John Silver pop up from behind the bar, and they're like, we'll be your tag team partners. Oh, it's so great. I mean, those two from the Dark Order are like becoming the most over tag team right now because they're just so silly and just so genuinely funny. And I love how they're just offering. Dark Order is supposed to be like this very scary, a cult like group, but as they're trying to recruit Adam Page, they're becoming like kind of funny and like they're offering him friendship, like join our group, you can be our friends. I love that. So yeah, so then next week we're gonna have that Adam Page with Dark Order versus Hardy Party. So, all right, and then the match going from Dark Order, we're gonna go to the next match, which is Dustin Rhodes versus 10 from Dark Order. This was, because you eventually, I think they're gonna have Nightmare Family versus Dark Order, huge like stampede type match, but so this is, I'm guessing they're still trying to get that storyline. And so it's Dustin versus 10. Of course, Dustin is a huge veteran and a big star. This match ended very quickly. Like, I really thought 10 would show. 10 still looked great, but I just thought the match would have gone longer because 10 is supposed to be like their big strong guy in Dark Order, but he lost very quickly. But I guess the point was what happened after, which was actually very hilarious. It was Evil Uno coming out, and he's telling Dustin that, would you like to join the Dark Order? And he's like, if you do, we will give you the best number. We will give you the number 7. And you could hear the crowd kind of popping, and then the internet also made fun of him because 7 was like one of Dustin Rhodes', I think, bad gimmicks back in the day, where he was dressed as like Uncle Fester. That's the only one I can think of when I look at the picture. He dressed in like all like powdered white face with a black brim hat and a coat. And I don't know. I just thought that was hilarious. So he said, if you join Dark Order, you could be number 7. Dustin went and slapped Uno in the face, like, how dare you ask me that? I'm not going to join. But then Dark Order was ready to attack, but Uno was like, no, don't attack him. Let him think about it. He's like, if you want. You know where we at. So when you're ready to join, come and talk to us. So that was that. That was actually a very fun segment at the end. Next we had short Shaq. Oh, there's a lot of things going on in Shaq. A little Shaq interview with Tony and Brandy too. Basically, Shaq is. I don't know where the Shaq storyline's going. I'm neutral on this. Again, I trust AEW's process, but I just feel like. I know it's to bring more eyes to the product, which at the end of the day is a good thing, but it just seems so strange. I don't know. So you have Brandy there with her fake broken arm, and I'm telling you, I'm just not a fan of Brandy at all. She is probably one of my top 5 people that I cannot stand in AEW. She didn't sell at all when Jade tried to kick her down. But anyhow, so you had Brandy there, Shaq there. Shaq's basically saying that he loves the Rhodes family and Jade and him go way back, but despite him liking the Rhodes family, he wants to see Brandy and Jade, go at it in the ring. And then he went and said like that he's sorry that Jade broke Brandy's arm, and whatever. But then so Brandy's about to go up, and she shakes Shaq's hand and said like, it's all that he respects him or whatever. Then he starts walking off, but then Shaq was like, you need to watch. You want to like basically learn to wrestle better or whatever. Go and watch Jade's videos or something like that. And Brandy was really mad. He said, "How dare you? How dare you? You make fun of me." He's like, "See, you guys are all, I don't know, whatever." She didn't like him. Grabbed a cup of water, spilled it on Shaq's face. That was the segment there. Again, neutral on that. Anyway, so inner circle segment. A lot of things going on in this episode. Inner circle. The Jericho said last week that if the inner circle don't get their act together, they're breaking up. So now they're on the ring and they're going to talk about it right now. Jericho was saying that everybody is having problems in the inner circle. You have Hager and Wardlow just angry at each other. You obviously have Sammy and MJF. Santana's not even going to work anymore because he's so disgusted. Though in reality, I think he just needed a little break from wrestling. Then you have Ortiz, of course, don't like MJF either. Everyone is just at heads. MJF grabs the microphone from Jericho, just total disrespecting like he always does. just to talk some more smack. You know, he's trying to tell Sammy, how dare you about to throw the towel at last week's Jericho's match? Like, how dare you? Then Jericho's like, come on, MJF. We all watched the show after. We clearly saw that you had the towel and you're about to throw it in. That I thought was funny because, you know, in the world of wrestling, it seems like they never watch the show after. It's like whatever happens where they see that's what they believe in. But that was funny that they called out. They're like, no, MJF, we saw you had the towel. But then MJF was like, no, Chris, I had the towel only because I was about to, you know, wipe the sweat off my brow. Oh, MJF is great. So yeah, so afterwards you had Ortiz basically telling Sammy, you know, we gotta unite here because yes, you know, we are a great team if we work together. So go and shake MJF's hand. And Sammy didn't want to do it, but then Ortiz was like, do it because you're the better man, you're better, you know, and you know it. I love that. And MJF is like, oh, like, how dare you use my line? So yeah, so they went and shake hands, but Sammy turns to Chris Jericho and he's like, I trust you, but if this guy does anything else, he's like, he's gonna quit the Inner Circle. So I know for a long time we've been talking about Sammy eventually turning face. I think it's gonna eventually happen because MJF is he's just gonna run amok for the Inner Circle. So that's good. Can't wait to see what builds from there. Then we have Lance Archer. This is the 6-man tag. Lance Archer with Lucha Bros against Eddie Kingston and Butcher and Blade. This was a really good match. Of course, we're trying to build that Pac versus Eddie Kingston feud. So you got the families and the teams all fighting together. So just in case, you know, you're wondering where's Pac? Why didn't he come in and assist or whatever? Just from reading the comments and from what I think too, I think he actually just went home and he's probably going to show up on Dynamite here and there, but because he has to go back home to England and they have to quarantine over there, so basically like every time you go home, it's like a month break, come back, another month, you know, it's just he's just going to show up here and there, so he's probably going to show up at like Revolution or something. But anywho, so right away you had, for when this match started, right away Butcher went and threw Pentagon into the table, and that took him out right away. Now, just from what I read, he actually got hurt earlier for whatever reason, and just to at least like have him in the match and to make it kind of make sense that why he's not there, they just did that, carried him out. That was it. So now you have three guys versus Lance and Ray. But of course Lance is so big and he's so strong, he can basically he's like two people already, so the match was still very, very even. So at the end, you know, they obviously, when Butcher and Blade, they went and pinned Ray Phoenix for the win. And as Butcher and Blade and Eddie Kingston were like celebrating, Lance Archer comes back up because he was thrown outside the ring. He came back and started beating the crap out of all three of them. So there you go for that. And that you're gonna, you know, keep continuing with that feud. Overall, good match. A lot of things going on there. Then the next is the women's match, which is Abaddon versus new dark recruit, that is Tesha Price. You know, this is obviously a squash match, so it went fairly quickly, though Tesha Price is probably going to be signed soon because she's pretty, she's young, and she's actually pretty good from what I've seen her matches on Dark. So anywho, Abaddon wins it. That's not the point. The point is after what happened after. Abaddon continued to beat down Tesha, and Hikaru Shida comes out and saves the day. She has a kendo stick, hits Abaddon right in the face with the kendo stick, knocks Abaddon out, and as she's trying to carry Tesha Price away, Abaddon does her like zombie resurrection type get up and scares Hikaru, and then that was basically it. So that's really good for finally having a decent feud with Hikaru Shida, because, you know, basically she's just kind of been floating and just basically going against whoever the number one contender without no storyline. But at least here we have her against Abaddon, who she's really afraid of. And I love on the comments online, everybody was like, why is Hikaru so afraid of Abaddon when she already beated her on Dark or whatever a while back? And Hikaru responded saying, if you went and fought a crocodile and won, do you want to fight that crocodile again? No, you don't. So I like her little comeback. That was very cute. So, anywho, Hikaru Shida versus Abaddon. Into my veins, please. I can't wait. All right, then we come with the main event match. That is MJF versus Orange Cassidy for the Diamond Dynamite ring. And now, coming into this, obviously I'm very biased. I want Orange Cassidy to win, but I'm thinking the ring fits MJF so well. And to me, the ring is so gaudy. It's very heel-ish. Like, if Orange Cassidy had won the ring, what would he have done with that? I don't know. But, it was a very good match, and it was just all over the place. There was so much stuff going on, because you had Inner Circle on the side of MJF, and then you had Best Friends on the side of Orange Cassidy, and of course, Inner Circle's always trying to cheat. They're always trying to beat down. Every time Orange fell to the side, they would kick him. But then Best Friends, they want to help too, but because they're like super baby face, they don't attack or anything. So what happened was, during the middle of the match, you see Best Friends leave, and they went and grabbed some more reinforcements. They grabbed the Varsity Blondes, Brandon Cutler, and Top Flight, so they could be on their side, so they would be the same amount of people as the Inner Circle. So it just ended up being a lumberjack match, kind of ish. So almost the whole entire time MJF was beating down Orange, because right in the beginning Orange did his super punch move and hit the metal pole there and injured his hand. So the whole time, because MJF, he's really big into that arm submission, was trying to break Cassidy's hand. During the end of the match, Orange got some momentum and started beating MJF down, but that was not enough, because again, his hand was injured. So one of the spots I really enjoyed was as the Best Friends were arguing with the ref, Jericho threw MJF the bat. He had the bat and he was about to hit Orange with it, but then he's like trying to do the trick move, so he throws the bat at Orange and then drops to the ground. So when the ref turns around, it will look like Orange hit him with the bat. But Orange was like, oh no, we're gonna put the hands in the pockets, so he knows I did not touch that bat. And so when MJF realized that, oh, he tried to out trick me, he's like, well, I'm gonna do it again. So he grabs the bat. MJF grabs the bat again, and as the ref turns around, Orange falls down, like, to pretend that he got hit with the bat. It was great. So, but of course the ref, he didn't see who hit who, so he just threw the bat out. And then right at the end, MJF won. How? Because he got an assist from Miro, who is running out of the backstage like a madman. He goes and he clocks Orange Cassidy, knocks him out. MJF turns around and pins him. MJF wins the ring again. The show ended with Miro screaming. Looked like he's screaming specifically at Trent, and there you go. And then he started beating up all the production staff. This was this was a lot of episodes. I can already see the time. This is going to be one of the longer episodes, because there was literally like a dozen things that went on to this match. My take from it, I'm glad MJF won the ring. The only thing is I'm sad is I don't know how many times Orange can lose and still make him look good, because it seems like to me, kind of like with the Lance Archer thing, Orange will go, it seems to me he's going to go after the titles, but he will always lose it. So and I know he's babyface, so you want to get that sympathy, like, oh, he's never gonna win, but then you feel sorry, but then there's a point where he's just gonna look weak, which I don't want. As for this Miro thing, I don't know when that feud is going to stop. Why did he keep attacking Orange Cassidy when he should be? I mean, if you're going to go with this feud, he should always attack Trent. But I don't know. He's just attacking Orange for some reason, and I just don't like this thing going at all. Please get this match, Miro and Kip versus Best Friends, and call it a day. End it. Miro turns on Kip. Miro goes on a singles run and goes for the world title. Just go with that, because I'm sick of this feud. But anywho. Thank you guys for watching. I know this is very, very long, but you know, I just got things to say. So thank you guys for watching. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, on Shining Polaris or The Shining Polaris. I also recently made a Twitch account. That was just to watch Impact. But you can follow me there if you want. Thank you guys, and enjoy the video. I know this was so much things to talk about, but there was a lot of things that went on this episode. So, all right, thank you guys again, and I'll see you later. Bye.